Don't mind me. It's just really dark this morning. I'm going to work a little bit early this morning, so that's why the video is so dark. I have a certain standard of quality, and even just doing videos in the car doesn't meet my standard of quality. But honestly, this is really bad. Okay, I don't know what to say about this other than just the fact that it's bad. Okay, so I admit it. It's too dark. And now that that's out of the way, I guess that's a good topic of things to talk about this morning, about standards of quality. And I think that we can take that idea about a standard of quality and move it over to the topic of code. All right? So let's talk about quality in code. When you talk about quality, a lot of people, they talk about quality as a concept that can be, the concept of quality can be either speed or quality, like it's on a one-dimensional spectrum, essentially. So on the one side you have quality, on the other side you have speed. And what I mean by that is, if your code is good quality, it takes a long time to code. And if you are going really fast, that means that you are not creating good quality code. And let's look at this in the concept or the context of a project. So let's say your goal is to create a blog, okay? And you want to code that out. So if your goal is to build a blog and you're going to code it out, if you take your time and just build it everything right from the very beginning, it'll take you a long time to code it out. However, on the other hand, if you cut corners and you do it as quickly as you can, the quality of the code that you build is not going to be that strong, or at least that's the theory. Now, is that actually true? Well, I think in a way it can be true. And I think that it is true. But there's also, it doesn't seem quite right to me because of some of the things that I've learned from manufacturing. In manufacturing, it seems to me like if the manufacturing process is done really well, it can mean, and it doesn't always mean this, because like I said, if it's done really well, the process is developed really well, it can mean that the faster you work, the higher your quality to a point. And there's something about getting into a rhythm of doing the same thing over and over, where you can just kind of like do hit after hit, and the quality is just good. It has to do with the momentum. And you know, when you get enough practice at something and you're doing the same thing over and over and over, you got momentum, you're going, everything's going good, and then you just keep hitting, you go faster and faster and faster, and the quality of it gets better and better, because it's like you're getting practice at doing the same thing over and over again, to the point where it'll almost like set you off of your game if you try and go too slow. You know what I mean? So there's something about that, getting in that rhythm and the pattern, and then the quality increasing. And maybe this has to do with doing repetitive repetitive tasks, where repetitive tasks, speed creates quality. But non-repetitive tasks, like creative tasks, the quality speed spectrum is there. That might be true. I'm thinking that might be the case. So if that's the case, then it would stand to reason that you are creating better quality code when you move slower. And that's why a lot of people who code subscribe to a philosophy of doing it slowly and coding right the first time. And I think that might be the case. So when you're coding slow, you're doing it right, you're writing your tests, like the test-driven development, which is something that I know very little about, but I've heard people talk about. It seems like a good idea to me, but I've never done it. You know, you write the test first, and then you create a failing test, and then you create a test that passes. It's something like that. TDD, test-driven development. I'm interested in learning that, actually. That's something that I'm very interested in learning. I want to be moving in. A lot of the code that I do is pretty functional. Like it's functions, or it's just straight up code without any functions, which is sort of weird. And I need to start moving into object-oriented code, because I know that's you know, a coding concept that's a little bit more complex, and you can create a lot better, stronger code that way, or more tightly coupled code. Anyways, I'm kind of rambling at this point. This video has not been one of my best. When I was doing my video yesterday, when I was out walking around in nature, I felt like that was, even though it was a shorter video, it was much stronger. And that could be because, you know, I'm not fully awake yet, which is something that I think is important. So I'm probably just gonna ramble on, honestly. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about, exactly. About creating quality anything, is that you get into a rhythm and a groove. I just woke up this morning. I'm not in a rhythm or a groove. It just kind of feels a little bit awkward to me right now. Anyways, I gotta go to work. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. If you enjoyed this content, which you probably didn't, because this is one of my worst videos ever, please check out some of my other videos and like and subscribe on those videos instead, because this one's basically pretty terrible. Anyways, if you have any thoughts on this topic, please leave a comment. I always appreciate the comments. Super small YouTube channel. If you comment, I will reply, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow in the next video. Bye.